Go.
Sorry.
Nick, so your very first UFC victory, can you just sum up in words how you're feeling right now?
I feel so satisfied because, you know, this was for me like the top of something big growing up, you know. I mean, the UFC came back to Germany. We were celebrating it weeks before, months before, as we knew they would come. We were dreaming about it, that it would become that big as it became today. And for me, of course, personally, that is like the mountaintop. I mean, how it went today, I really had it in my mind, like back and forth, you know, having this tough opponent, at the end being a little more in front, and the crowd going with us, and man, it was really, I think today MMA arrived in Germany.
We heard backstage here that you went straight to your wife.
Yes.
What did you say to her? What was that like?
I asked her if it really happened. She said, I don't know, did it? And we were both really, we decided that it would take some time to realize, and it's just so great, you know. This is, as I said in the ring, you know, I've been on a journey, a long journey from kid growing up, knowing I want to be something special, maybe, you know, not sounding cocky, and then you know, judo and the Olympics, and you know, a little bit then changing, doing something, you know, secretly first, and then changing your whole life, and always
1, 2, yeah, 1, 2,
1, 2, 1, 2, and finally, you know, doing it. And what happened today was my personal moon landing, you know. This was my Olympic victory. This was my Olympic medal. This.
Yeah, 1, 2.
Now.
Could you shut up, please?
Yes, thank you. And yeah, that was my Olympic medal. I finally arrived.
A part of your story building up to this fight was the fact that you're also a policeman.
Yes.
You're also an actor.
Yes.
Moving forward, do you see yourself becoming a full-time mixed martial artist and just competing in the UFC, or will you still carry on?
Absolutely. I mean, of course, still, I will always be a policeman. I mean, I did that, you know, this is my job. But, you know, as the company, the UFC, gives me the opportunity, I absolutely want to. Of course, I have to say that, you know, I have to be grateful to my bosses at the police, and like talking to them and like making something out, how it can work. But man, I want to continue this journey. I mean, that was awesome, man. I still got the shiver, you know. That was beep awesome, you know. Awesome.
How do they regard it, the police? I mean, it's the federal police.
Yes.
They supported you as a judoka.
Yes.
And now with MMA, how is that? Are you still representing Germany? Get you still your days off for competing?
I mean, they were a little bit, you know, hesitant because they didn't know what to expect. Because, you know, the press before was so bad, you know, in the years before. But now, as it opened up, I mean, we had some really famous people here today from Germany, you know, considering, and they were, for example, Regina Halmich. She's like so big. She was so big in sports. She was a female boxer that was in TV. She was the first of her kind. And then we got actors, Jürgen Vogel, you know, who's a big star. They are pro MMA, you know. And I think so that this is also opportunity for the whole society, German society, to be pro MMA. And as well, I hope that for my job as well, that they will continue as they did now, to give me some time to prepare.
How would you assess your performance and that of judokers as well?
Well, he was some tough matchup, man. I mean, as I said before, I didn't really expect anything out of the fight. I was thinking I wanted to go with the flow, and you know, I'm a judoka. I'm a ground fighter. You know, we ended up brawling, standing up, and man, I hit him several times, and this cut opened up, and he wouldn't stop coming against me. What's wrong with this guy? I was really thinking, man, please. And then I in the second round, they were discussing with the doctor, and I was really listening like this. What is he saying? They're stopping the fight? Come on, stop it. You know, this really looks not good. You know, and he was like he was arguing with the doctor, saying no. And then the doctor said, okay, you can continue. You know, man, he's really one tough opponent. That was the toughest match in my career, and I mean, it's always how you feel and how it looks like afterwards. It's usually it goes, it is a part. So I will have to watch the replay. But I think we put a great show as we said before we want to. I hope so. We did.
But honestly, in the first round, you let him escape.
No. I was really, you know, I don't really know. I really have to. Because now when I think of the fight, I mix up stuff from the first and the second round. I don't really know. I just remember that, you know, when I hit him, and I was like, okay, I hit him 1 more or 3 more times on this place. Maybe it's opening up more and then they will stop. And he kept continuing coming forward. I was thinking, what's wrong with this guy? Come on, please. But he's a tough fighter. He has heart. He has heart at the right place. And yeah, you know, I already offered him, you know, to come to the after show party with us and have a good time, and he already agreed. Yeah.
Nick, a lot of people were calling for that to be performance of the night bonus. How do you feel about that? And do you think it's potential?
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. 50 grand. No. We will see. I mean, it was a tough match. We left everything in the ring. You know. I mean, everyone, sometimes you fight and you have good intentions and it doesn't work out, but, you know, we left anything in the ring. See, when he came up in the 3rd round, he was so messed up with the blood, you know. He was still fighting out of his heart, and I was still, you know, till the end. In the 2nd round, man, he hit me with some tough elbows on the ground, but I knew I can't quit now, you know, so we left anything in the ring, and we want to give the crowd and the media and everyone, we want to give them the fight everyone wanted and expected, and I really hope we did, and I wouldn't mind being it like a performance of the night.
You dropped him in the 1st or 2nd round, I think,
yeah.
but you let him get back up. Considering you have a judo background, why didn't you follow him to the ground?
Because I was maybe a little bit surprised by myself. Sometimes some things happen in the ring, and then you're like, okay, and then it's already too late. And it happened a fight before, and my coach already gave me a little slap, and told me. My coach Garib, you know, he's standing over there, Garib Ilbai, he already told me that we have to work on some stuff, and we are definitely going to. You're totally right, I missed that opportunity.
What did you say to the crowd at the end when you go on the microphone? If you can translate it all for us.
You know, the UFC had a tough time in Germany all the years, but nevertheless, everyone came and paid for the tickets. They wanted to be here. There were so many German fans, and I said, okay, let's show the UFC that they are at the right place, where they are welcome. So give me a U, give me a F, give me a C, and then the rest was UFC.
That was a political demonstration, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I mean, considering your hometown, try to ban the UFC.
Yes, it was definitely a message. It was definitely a message, and I think it. I mean, as I said before, you know, the public, you know, it's when people say Germany maybe wasn't ready for the UFC, you know, it wasn't the people themselves. It was some responsibles in the position to decide whether it's going to be broadcasted in TV or not. But, you know, watching, I mean, the people, you saw them, you know, they were going bananas, you know, and it's going to be, next time it's going to be the same. And it's going to grow, you know, there's so many people, young people, also like curious people, changing their mind and saying, hey man, I want to do that, I want to compete, this is really a good sport, this is a dynamic sport, this is something we want to watch. We are fed up with, I don't want to talk bad about some specific sport, I'm going to keep myself back, but they are fed up with what they have been fed on TV in martial arts, and there's some different...
boxing.
Maybe it's this one, yes, because, you know, they're fed up. Every channel has their own star, and you know, nobody wants to see.
So what is your opinion of being a role model for MMA on public broadcasting?
I think
that would change something in general?
I hope so. I really hope so, because.
For the good?
Yes, of course.
I mean, everybody discusses how it would change something too bad. I mean, kids fighting in the street, kicking.
No, but this is not something. You know, when this happens, you know, it doesn't have to, like, it doesn't mean, this happened before as well, before MMA arrived. This happened before, and if they would ban it, they banned it already from TV, and it's still happening. You know, when there were like those subway beatings, you know, MMA was banned. You know, MMA didn't have anything with that. And I tell you something, you know, those guys who did that wouldn't survive in an MMA gym. You know, really. I mean, they are not sportsmen. They can't go through a week of disciplined training. We are disciplined sportsmen. You know, nobody that, you know, we don't match up with 7 guys against 1 guy. You know, this is something that you are not going to stay in an MMA gym with this kind of opportunity. You don't belong there, and you're going to get what you deserve. Because people don't stand there. So what I want to say is, I think this is going to change something. Of course, we are already changing something. You're here. The media is here. We're talking about that, and I tell you, I'm here. You know, if there's any question, ask me. I will talk to everyone. So this is something I can do, and I hope I will.
We spoke to Peter Subhan about a very similar thing, about this being a big night for German fighters in Germany, and we spoke to him about how he's now relishing the chance to become an ambassador, not just for the UFC, but for MMA in general in Germany.
Yes.
And is that something that you obviously would like to do as well?
I'm one of several guys waiting to show how great this sport is. I'm one guy of several guys. There's so many. I wouldn't say no, me or him, or, you know, there's so many smart guys, you know, that are really different from that picture of this rude, tough son of a gun, you know, who wants to brawl with everyone, you know. So there's so many people, smart, intelligent people, who just wait for the opportunity. They're good sportsmen. You know, we have several fighters who are waiting for this opportunity. So I'm one of several. So, but I wouldn't mind either, you know, if some people would maybe have some interest in me doing that job. And Peter is also great in that, you know. He did an awesome match today, and he's a really kind guy. I talked to him. He's smart. So yeah.
I only ask because both you and Peter are in a high-profile situation now, fighting for the UFC.
Yes.
So this gives you a larger platform than some of the other fighters here in Germany to try and educate
yes, of course.
people here. Yeah.
Of course, it's like in politics, you know. There's like a party. The party consists usually of several people. So maybe we can be the MMA party, you know. I don't know.
You're a politician.
Yeah, maybe in future, in some years.
Nick, mal auf Deutsch.
Okay.
Wie war es denn hier so vor dem Berliner Publikum, diese Sportart zu repräsentieren?
Das war das unglaublichste Erlebnis, das ich